last session.
We talked with some city people about acquiring the mask of Elpis, right? Yeah.
Ainui.
Oh, I know. Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's right. I have them listed backwards on my. Yeah. Okay. Inoi's veil, or shroud. Uh, which which is currently held in the temple of, I never remember her name.
Ifara.
Afara. Fuck her. One of them wants us to secret the mask away, and the other one wants us to bring it to her. Both separately understand via prophecy that someone is trying to take it and cause problems let's see. Secret dating languishes on an island just beyond where the Tarxix cascades off the world's edge. There stands a dilapidated palace where Phoenix has hid for a time during his escape from the underworld. The palace's ruler is nothing less than Phoenix's Eidolon. So, as far as we can figure, getting the masks would be part of contacting, freeing, or interacting with the Eidolon in a way we don't want. So we are on our way to acquire that mask through unscrupulous means. Is that sufficient?
Well, I mean, so the prophecy about the danger of the mask is not necessarily connected to the thing with Phoenix, but it might be. But I mean, there's all the unscrupulous activities in the temple that also happened.
Eklon
We
used his big
almost.
ass to knock
I
over
guess
the
that's not what
face.
I've been thrown out of the temple.
Wait, didn't Eklon say that it was his ass, but just like straight up dropped it on the floor?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I dropped it on the
Nice.
floor, and when called out on it, I tried to play it off as them
My bad for having a dump truck.
being prejudiced against my big fat ass.
Ah,
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted.
Bless you.
Oops. Oh, yeah, so y'all infiltrated this temple, broke into a couple teams, did some exploration. Some of you found some hidden chambers that looked like they were built into the temple as a kind of a flex by the temple builders. Be like, I know edifices, and check this shit out. A trapdoor was noticed, and a distraction was made, allowing our satyr friend to leap and enter this underground room. Also, something that I think predominantly Beast noticed was that the one area that is left unexplored is the like treasury area of the temple, and it is under guard. And yeah, we will jump in there right quick. I do have a little handout to share. It's just the myth behind the mask that y'all were told last session. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, we will resume with Aklon has been escorted off the premises. There's a bit of a commotion. The rest of you are seeing all the buzz and talk. I think a few of you saw Theo descend into this underground room, but can tell that no one has caught on to that who wasn't supposed to. And yeah, with that, we will jump. Theo, you descend down some stairs into a very dark staircase that leads down a short ways, and you can see a glow of candlelight down below. When you reach the bottom of the stairs, you can tell that it is an unoccupied room, but it's very small. All there really is a single like altar in the center of the room, and it seems to be like well lit, polished marble, and sitting atop it in kind of like a very ornate like stand is a glowing chisel.
Is this a recognizable holy symbol?
Probably not recognizable by you.
I should say, like,
You can tell that
can
this
I make
is
that
like
connection?
yeah. You can tell that like you understand that this is like a relic that this temple was like that was here when this temple was built, kind of thing. This is the holiest relic that exists in this temple.
Okay, I'm casting sprite growth on its altar.
Okay. The altar is immediately like cracked and pieces fall. The stand is not like attached, and the stand and the chisel are sent flying. Whenever the chisel strikes a marble wall, you can see that like it, the wall immediately like completely changes. As would happen if stone shape were cast on it. A portion of the wall just like magically is destroyed, and you just see solid earth beyond it.
The stone is destroyed, and I see earth behind it.
Yeah. Like this room, there is nothing behind this wall, but it seems like this chisel, when it touched the marble, like magically removed the marble. Basically, it shaped it into like a doorway. Basically, you gather that this isn't just a holy relic, it is a magic holy relic.
Well, right. I'm trying to decide if I find this useful to me in my current activities.
Mm-hmm.
Can I thorn whip it to drag it to another part of the room to make it touch something else?
Yes, you can do so. It touches something else, and it looks like it does not affect it the same way again, as if it, has to build charges. The glow is slightly diminished on it.
Okay, fine. In that case, it sits where he like reaches behind him as if like going for a pocket, which he does not have, and then throws out his palm, and following the length of his arm, and then over his fingers is this growth that sprouts like under from the ground beneath him and arcs over, catches the chisel and tosses it. But when the vine then just like drops to the ground, and just kind of like begins growing on its own, he just abandons the artifact.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this room?
No, it looks like this was a secret room to house this relic.
Shit. Okay. I would like to, if that's all that I can find here, I'm going to go back to the trapdoor and perceive if there is anyone like immediately nearby. If that requires like cracking the door, that's fine. I just want to like listen to see that no one here's on someone's on top, then peek to see if anyone's looking this way, and then try to leave.
We're gonna jump over to the above ground group. Specifically, those of you who are still near the High Priest Leander. I don't know how well I've described him, but he is like an elderly man, very thin, but with a full beard, stately robes. He is trying to like calm the crowd after after the commotion, and he's doing a fairly good job of it. He's kind of speaking to the room, and then as a hush kind of falls on the room, the sound of stone cracking and marble splitting and rocks falling echoes from beneath all of you. Those of you looking see an immediate look of shock on Leander's face, and he looks around and there are no guards nearby, so he knowing he doesn't have much that he can do, runs off a wall, runs down a hall, calling for the guards down that way, and asking those of you nearby, please keep everyone safe. I will be back in a moment. I don't know what's going on. We need to figure this out. And he's running off down the hall, and that's when Theo, you open the door, see a bunch of frantic people, and you see like Akira nearby who can give you kind of a like, yeah, it's clear, come on up.
Yeah, I'll scurry out as quickly as possible.
Were you successful?
Did not find what we were looking for, but I was successful.
With the sound of guards running down the hall your direction, what is everyone doing?
I'm
Oh, fuck.
going out because check on Aklon.
Okay. What about Halion? What are you doing?
No longer speaking to the guy and figuring that we're done here. Since Aklon's been thrown out and everything, yeah. I think it's time to go.
All right. Is anyone not leaving?
If we haven't found what we're looking for, then no.
Okay.
I guess I'll hang back with Theo.
Okay. What's y'all's plan then?
Fantastic question. Okay.
I think diving for the one place we haven't explored yet.
Yeah, does it look like dude went off to go get those guards?
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, as far as y'all were able to tell, the only other guards, like, this place isn't like heavily guarded. There were a couple of like, city guardsmen that were in the like main chamber, and then there were the posted guards by the treasury. So he went to go get those guards, it seems. And shortly after, they come running out, followed behind with Leander, and they head towards the trapdoor and descend into the room. You see they are very confused. But yeah, the way is clear. Y'all are not conspicuous necessarily, So.
I think because I was gonna do it before I knew they were like where they were headed, and knowing that Akara and I are conspicuous, I think I will cast Pass Without Trace for us.
Okay.
And then
yeah, I think you definitely stand out a bit. Most satyrs don't come to town. Triton are not an unseen thing around here. But yeah. So yeah, Pass Without Trace, fantastic. So are y'all headed down the hall to the treasury then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, if you would like to do so stealthily without being noticed, please make some stealth checks. Okay, that's a 17 from Akira.
No guidance. Don't know why that. Don't know where that's coming from. I can't uncheck it.
Okay.
Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, but 29.
Okay. As you sneak in to the treasury, the doorway is unguarded, but you do see there are clerical workers meandering about, but they are consumed with their work, and y'all are not noticed. There seems to be a large vault that is closed in one side of the room. Other than that, it is a few people sitting in desks, not facing the entryway, that are working on paperwork or counting coins, transcribing writings, that kind of thing.
Do you know how to destroy a sealed gate?
I do not think any of my spells would do well. I mean, not specifically.
Abstractly.
Perhaps. What is
Just
the vault like door made of? How sturdy does this bitch look?
It is made of like solid stone, the same like
Ugh.
stone that the wall's made out of. But you can tell that like it is. You can see the outline of the door, and it's very large. There is like a handle to open the door with, and a large like intricate lock on it, like a latch kind of lock, not like a keyhole.
Okay. So there's a chance we could just figure it out instead of
Yeah, I mean,
having lockpick.
it looks like the kind of thing that like there is no key to it. It does require figuring out how to open it.
Good.
But like it just so happens that the desks are facing the vault. Like doing that unseen, pass without trace doesn't make you invisible. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Just makes us able to walk
Well-
into this room.
How big is this room?
like 40 feet by 40 feet.
Okay. Oh man.
I gesture with my palm out for you to do your worst and best.
Oh, shit. I'm thinking about doing fog cloud so that we can be obscured. But then I can't see the fucking latch.
Uh-huh.
So
But I mean,
this
they
is
would see the fog.
I mean, that's true, but then, like, I don't know, we can fucking leave, and they won't see us as good, maybe. That's all I got right now. Okay.
Do we have like you said, it's a sort of latch.
Mhm.
Do we have any idea from where we are, like what would be required to undo this latch?
Has anyone ever heard of the Gordian knot?
Oh yeah.
It's a
Nope.
myth of a knot that was so complicated that no one could ever undo it, and eventually Alexander the Great was like, "Oh, I can undo this knot," and he just cuts it in half.
Oh.
It's that kind of knot, basically,
So
but
we
not
cut it-
quite as like mythically unopenable. Like it gets untied and retied, but yeah, it would take time and effort to figure out how to undo it.
I can get caught, and you can run up.
That may be our best option, yes.
I shoo you to find some cover.
Yeah.
And then put my hands on my staff. And shout out in the name of my goddess that this temple will be unmade, and strike the ground, and I cast spike growth again, and then I run.
Okay. Are you hitting anyone with this spike growth?
I don't think that I am deliberately seeking to cause harm, but
Okay.
I will not I will not deliberately target not hitting someone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's the radius on spike growth?
It's big. 20 foot.
This room has a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm actually gonna like center it on me and then
Mhm.
jump out. I can't jump 20 feet,
Yeah.
but I can jump and then I'll take some damage.
Okay. Let's see. Moves into the. Okay, so this doesn't hurt anyone unless they move. So you're not like actually hurting them unless they choose to chase you.
Ooh,
Which
fuck. I do want them to chase me though. I might have to change what I've done then, if that's
yeah,
all right.
yeah, that's
Because
okay.
like
That's
I do
okay.
like
We've been using spike growth in a very like non-mechanical way so far, and that's been great. But like in this situation, like
yes.
they
yes.
will choose not to move if that's the case.
Yeah. I think I have like I'm happy to use Oh, actually, I could just use primal savagery and like start destroying their shit with my hands and then run.
Is that what you would like to do?
I think I will do that instead. That's
Okay.
fine by me.
Yeah.
Saves me a fucking spell slot.
You cast this spell and you run up to the nearest desk and just like not just tear the papers, but like the wooden desk is just destroyed. And then go running off. There are say 8 people. No. 5 people in this room. 3 of them get up and go chasing after you. Could you make hold on, let me check something right quick. I need to just double check something real quick.
I have the performance skill if that helps me here.
You've performed plenty adequately. You don't need to make any checks to better defile this temple. I would like a wisdom saving throw from you.
Okay.
though.
Okay.
Believe it or not, these are clerics.
Yes, I believe that. Boom! Sorry, that was really loud.
Well, you feel one of them try to cast a spell on you that would stop you in your tracks, but it does not take. Your god is very happy with you right now, and you are bounding through. And Akira, you are left unnoticed in this room with 2 people remaining. You've managed to skirt around the room a little bit, and they are wholly attentive on the chase down the hall.
Okay.
So
So
are not looking at the safe right now.
I can start
Right
taking
now.
a gander. Start seeing. Should I fog cloud it? Should I? I'm kind of tempted.
What's your radius on fog cloud?
It's a 20-foot radius, but could I? So this room is a 20-foot radius, right?
Yeah,
40 diameter.
It's
Okay,
square,
so
but yeah. I mean,
could
if you put it,
like center it a little off so I have like a gap off to the side
yes, you
so
can.
that I can see? Okay.
Yes.
Can I cast this without them noticing me? Probably. Just like.
Oh, that's a different question entirely.
Yeah, see. Because then they're just gonna be like, "What the fuck
Fog
are you
cloud
doing?"
has verbal and somatic
Yeah.
components, so you do have to make noise. You are still under pass without trace, I think.
I don't think my range will be adequate, but like
Mhm.
you currently are covered. You say you can use your fog cloud for when you get in
That's
trouble,
that's
but
true.
right
That's true.
now you will have a threshold.
Yeah, we'll start taking a gander. I'm just gonna fucking.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Oh, geez, Scoop. Do.
If you have proficiency in investigation, we can add that.
I do.
Okay, so your proficiency bonus is two,
Two.
3. I don't remember what
Two.
level y'all are. 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 22. Yeah, you have no fear that you will be able to untie this knot. It will take you time to do so. Probably since you've never done it before, you rolled very well. You're looking at probably like 5 minutes spent
Oof.
untying this knot.
Okay. Are the clerics still focused on the shit going on?
For now, yeah, they are
Huh.
kind of like standing by the doorway, looking down it, talking to each other.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just want to see how long I can work on it without fog
Hmm.
clouding.
Yeah, okay. Now you know this knot and you can untie it.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity check, a sleight of hand check,
Oh
to see
man.
how if you can do it quicker.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Um, some time passes, a couple minutes, and you hear one of them say, "Yeah, well, I guess we should get back to work. I'm sure they'll handle it. I wonder where the guards went off to. Man, Leander was in a fuss." And they start turning back around. And as one turns around, oh, hey, I don't think you're supposed to be back here.
No, I do not believe so. Look, that's fog cloud.
Okay. You get off the fog cloud. They are blinded. Um, and you rush to untie the knot. The knot is untied. They know what direction you're in, though,
Yeah, they
and
do.
run to you. And
Okay.
you feel these people take you by the arms. The
Darn.
knot's untied. The door's not open. They have you in their arms. Well, I guess that requires kind of a grapple check. Do you try to resist them?
Ooh, should I? I don't know if I do. I might just, now that it's unlocked, I might just let them and go send somebody else to go check it out because they're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna let them.
Okay. They take you and begin escorting you towards the front of the room. Um, as you're going down the hallway, we'll jump back over to Max and Theo. You come running into the front room, the main temple, just as like you see the guards are questioning some of the civilians nearby, and you are being chased. The commotion and the shouting of the clerics following you draw the attention of the other guards, and they are headed in your direction. What are you doing?
So because I did not cast my second spell, do I have the ability to maintain concentration on Pass Without Trace?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to choose not to hide as I am bouncing over people's heads and shouting and calling until I get into like the main stretch of this temple and can like see the door. And then I am sprinting out the door and diving into the first like haven of earth and greenery that I can find, and letting it close around me, and then take the hide action if I can. You're muted.
You can definitely do that. You're moving plenty fast. They aren't able to like catch up to you. You get out the door, turn a corner, and dive. Make a stealth check. I will pull up a sheet to make a perception
Sure.
check.
Oh, I also have a faster speed than dudes. I've got a 35. That's helpful
Yeah,
here.
you definitely outrun them.
26.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't think my stat block can beat that.
Tyler,
Yes.
do we see Theodosis and more importantly the guards from the temple coming out?
You do. Theo, are you trying to like run completely off the premises, or are you trying to just like get to the first bush outside of the building?
I definitely whistle and wave at my friends as I'm booking past them. But then it'll probably be like a good like 1-2 rounds of movement or something. Like I'm not jumping into the first, but very
Yeah.
close.
Okay. From the like doorway into the temple to the gate letting you out of the premises is probably a good like 60 feet at least. So are you trying to like completely leave the premises?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm out of this fucking place.
Okay. The guards definitely like watch you leave. They are not armed with bows because they are indoor guards and have swords. But they watch you get off the premises and then disappear. The rest of you do see this for sure.
Great, I'm
And the
running back in.
guards. Okay. The guards are going to try to stop you, and this may turn into initiative if that's the case.
Okay.
It seems like once Theo is like fully off the premises and gone, like 30 feet from the gate in the building, like halfway, they kind of stop and are just like watching and looking out. So it doesn't seem like they're continuing to pursue, but if you come charging in, they will have a problem with that.
All right, I will approach the entrance. I want to see if I want to get as close as I can so I can peer in and see what's going on in there. But I'll be cool for the time being.
Okay. Yeah, I mean from where you are, like you can see inside the temple because it's not like a
Mhm.
6-foot tall door. It's a very open, like there are
Right.
pillars kind of blocking, but it's very open. So you can
Mhm.
see the crowd, you can see the commotion, you can
Mhm.
see that a lot of people have kind of like milled out into the courtyard and are kind of standing in a group gossiping, and like the main room is mostly empty at this point.
Mhm.
Um, you do see Akira being escorted out in the hands of two just like clerics in robes.
When like we get to where I'm in eye line of my friends,
Mhm.
how far away are they?
So Theo is very far away and you
Yeah.
cannot see him anywhere. Aklon is like 60 feet out of the building, and like the edge of the building is probably like 100 feet away from you.
Ugh.
Callie and Hallian, you could be like, either like just outside the building with like the group, so like maybe 100 feet away.
Okay. I need to be 60 feet. Can I? Well, what do they? Do they just like let me go
I mean,
outside?
they bring you, you aren't like shackled or anything. They just like bring you over towards Leander and
Ooh.
say, excuse me, Leander, we found this one, um, untying the knot at the safe. Perhaps this was all an elaborate attempt at a heist. And Leander looks at you. Oh, we haven't had someone attempt a heist like this. That's What do you have to say for yourself?
Would you believe me if I said we were on important business and must not be interfered with? And they'll kind of like try and pull their arms away, like not like hostile or anything, but like, may I reach into my pocket?
Sure, sure.
They pull out the token of the 12 that we got.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to excuse me if I don't instantly believe that that is a legitimate token at this point, but I'm willing to take your word for it. Can you tell me more of who has set you on this task? And I can't believe that one of the council would request that you steal from the treasury of Ifara?
Alexis put us up to that's her name, right?
Mhm.
Put us up to this task.
Alexius, there's like an extra I
Alexius.
in there, but it
Double
doesn't really
I's.
matter.
Alexius disclose more about the operation that we're attempting, but I
Mm.
mean this temple and you all know harm.
What is your name?
Akira?
Akira? Should there be more questions or a need for any other discussion, where can you be found?
I'll give him my fucking address.
Okay. Please do not leave the city. We shall speak with Alexius
Oh my
and
fucking
verify
god.
this permission that you claim to have. Feel free to go and speak with her yourself. I will be confiscating this token, and if she deigns to give you another one, you may have it. Please do not return to this temple until you are ready
Understood.
to make reparations.
Understood.
And
So kind of look around there.
you aren't like, forced out, but you are like ushered out with like people following you to keep an eye on you until you are off the premises.
They'll look and see who's around and just telepathically, whoever's closest. I unlocked the door. Someone has to go back.
Yeah, I mean you can send this message to everyone, maybe not all at once, but everyone gets this message.
Can we respond?
No.
Okay.
Not the telepathic
That's
one.
funnier.
So you said me and Hallian was like outside the door, like right there.
Sorry, I was
Tyler, you're
muted.
muted.
Yeah, y'all don't have like extreme suspicion on you necessarily. Y'all were not like Akhlon was made to completely leave. Akira's been made to completely leave. Theos better have left. But the two of you are not necessarily connected to any of them right now. Especially Callie. I think Hallion, were you part of the group that was with Akhlon originally?
I mean, I was speaking to what's his name, to Leander.
Yeah. You aren't under suspicion necessarily, but both of you do know that like the guards have asked everyone to leave the building. So like going back in the building is a suspicious act. Is a thing that will get you like, hey, what are you doing? Please leave.
Okay. Okay. You, Hallian, do you just want to come back tomorrow? I don't even know what fucking door Akira was talking about.
I have no idea myself. It is perhaps best if we.
I think leaving while we're ahead is probably the best option right now. Well, at least us. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go. Hallie feet is burning up. He's leaving feet print as much like as far as we walk.
We should wait for the others. We will need to ask them what in the world just happened?
Oh my god.
Okay. The two of you leave the premises. You see a Klon nearby, no sight of Theo. Akira, I'm not sure if you stick there next to a Klon or begin
Yeah, I'll
walking.
sit next to a car.
Okay, so you see the two of them standing out there. Theo's nowhere to be seen. And yeah, y'all can continue walking. Theo, you can watch all of this happen and follow along until you're, confident no one's watching you.
I more or less wait exactly as long as it takes for my friends to pass by, and then I join them on the road. I will address Akira though, and just and say, "Did you get it?"
I unlocked the door. I did not go inside.
His ears and eyes lift and then drop immediately.
I informed them that we were on official business and they took my token. I did not give them details.
Did we all have tokens?
Yes, you each have a token.
Okay, I give you my token.
No,
Okay.
you do not have to.
But
What need have I of this?
I suppose this is true. They pocketed it.
Okay. What door was you talking about?
In the treasury, there was a vault. It had a lock on it, but I undid it.
Okay.
Very, very clever.
With your help, of course.
Okay.
Perhaps I'm forgetting something, but we are told that the priests here have no clue as to the location of the thing we are seeking.
Yes. I believe so.
You think it was forgotten in their vault or something?
The whole place was a foul maze of architectural
Yes.
madness. Anyone could lose anything in there.
And the secret place that they clearly did not know about, there was nothing there?
There was indeed something there. It was not what we were looking for.
What was it?
He shrugs and says, some sort of tool. It had some power over changing material, but it only did it once.
What?
And this thing in a place the priests of the temple did not know about was not important enough to bring out?
Not to me. It did
Um,
not ring of any artifact such as we were in search of.
was that you that caused that big rumble?
It wasn't Ilea.
what is plan now?
There is now soft earth under the temple that could be burrowed through with time.
We could also just go back to the temple and take what we want.
Agreed.
Okay.
Is there advantage to one over other?
So what we got so far from this escapade is multiple counts of vandalism. Akira has their token confiscated. And we know about a magical artifact in one of these rooms. Am I getting this correct?
There is certainly something beyond the vault door that Akira is clever enough to open.
Yep, that's very true. Very true. Okay. And now, do y'all expect me and Hallian to get into this vault now that this is all wrapped up?
It could happen. Or as Aklon said, it could just be taken.
You don't think that after the events of today they will guard their temple more? Someone tried to break into their vault.
Yeah, like
It's not that I don't think that. I just think that there are limited options, and we have to decide something.
okay. You know, there was a lot of options. I had a fresh start. Maybe, just maybe, doing this during the daytime, not a good idea. Creating such a big racket. So I'm pretty sure there's no way in hell that you guys are not banned for life from this goddamn temple. I don't even know what Aklon did.
This is not something that we should fear.
I just find it inefficient. That's all I'm going to say.
We had our attempt at being polite and quiet, and it resulted in riotous revelry.
Okay.
We
Or
can attempt
Some of
again.
you, I suppose.
We can attempt again in some other manner, but as far as I see, we can dig under the earth, which I can do, or we can attempt to move in through force, because it would appear that the polite manner has not worked.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, Theo, take another piety point for wrecking holy altar of Afara.
Yeah. Realistically, we can attempt to go about this the bureaucratic way, but it sounds like it's going to take at least a day or two. Or, I mean, Akara, you can just waltz back in and say, yeah, my good friend Alexis gave me another token because we're tight. Let me in.
Fucking good.
Yeah.
Didn't you
And
say
I'll
something
hang out
along the
outside
lines of
because I should not be there. Or I can just become a very small little friend and join you anyway.
Okay. Quick question. If you get another token, or does that mean that it's going to let you back in?
Don't know.
Because first of all, no one asked. We kind of just broke into shit, right? Which to me, it's fun. It's fun. It's fair. It's fucking fun.
Leander
Akira,
did say that as long as we like said specifically, if Alexis can provide you another token, so be it. So
he
But
is
I'm
going to go and speak with Alexius to verify your story. But yeah, I mean, having
Great, one
another
less person
token.
at the temple.
yeah, Adam.
okay.
But yeah, so like yeah, he will go and speak to her. If you flash another token, I
They
don't
might
know if
think
it'll
it's
work yet. I mean,
fake,
that'll take some
yeah.
rolls. Like
Also, like we don't have to like walk right back. Like we could
yeah. I
take
mean,
half a
timing
day.
will matter as well. So if you go back with another token, and they let you in, and then he gets back and they say, "Oh yeah, you have another token," or they tell him you came in with another
Yeah,
token,
that's
but he knows
true.
that Alexius has not given you another token yet because he just talked to her. He will definitely think it's fake.
I mean, to extend upon that, we also can go back to Alexius, talk about what happened in such a way that might say like, yeah, this guy fucking took my token and said I didn't give it to you, or like didn't believe that you gave it to me. So
Okay.
we got wheels to spin, babes.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh, I miss my bitch that could disguise herself as different people. Hate it here.
All right. Well, where are you headed?
I'm taking myself out of decision making position for this because I have done enough.
Okay.
Nose go. Not it.
Okay.
Palian, Aklan, what are your thoughts? Sounds like Aklan wants to go storm the castle.
Yeah, I think Aklan's position is this all sounds awfully complicated, right? Given the fact that like someone associated with this temple, like isn't Melanda or Melandra from this temple?
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's what she told you.
right. So as far as we know, someone associated with this temple and one of the leaders of the city want us to get this thing, want us to find it and get it out of the temple, right? And right, they're clearly already onto us a little bit. So just the more time we take at this point, the more they're going to fortify the temple. So in Aklan's mind, it's like, well, the jig's sort of up. Like, we just need to do what we need to do. And like, we're bolting the city after this anyway.
Yeah.
We are in Miletus, right? I just want to
Mhm.
confirm that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's super cool. I'm just saying. I live here. I work here. Okay. Can I try to go back? Okay. Hold on. Can I try to go back to the temple?
Okay. You see that there are a couple of guards posted at the gate saying, I do apologize. The temple is temporarily closed. There's been some damage, a bit of vandalism, a possible
Um,
crime. Details are unimportant, but please come back tomorrow.
I'm going to pull out my letter of introduction from my guild and say, my name's Kylie. I work at the Butterfly Estate. I think I could help with this. I specialize in working on stones and metal all the time. I could probably help you rebuild.
I do understand, and I will definitely let the High Priest know. But we are not yet worried about rebuilding immediately. First, we would like to secure and make sure the threat has passed. Please, we will contact you should your skills be needed, but at this time we are not at that stage just yet.
Okay. Remember Kylie from the Butterfly Estate.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Kylie was going to turn around and walk away.
Mhm.
I don't know what she's gonna do. They're probably just gonna go back to the rest of the group and talk about. Well, I try to go back and see if I could try to do anything right now. I can wait till tomorrow, probably, but it's not guaranteed if I'll be even let in today or whatever. Oh my god, Kylie is like digging in his brow. Okay, well, as of right now, I have no ideas on what to do. And yeah, okay. What do y'all want to do? Hello?
No, we're here. Don't worry. Halion, what do you think?
It sounds like Kali might be able to get in. If we are so concerned with time that we intend to storm a temple, we should be prepared for the entire polis to respond. If you would like to try your digging method, it will need to be a large tunnel since, Eklund has a trunk.
I could do that. He grins.
Okay, so digging. Are y'all planning on doing that immediately or tonight or? Callie, you can see like there was like an increased presence currently. There won't be a time whenever the place is unguarded, but like right now there are a lot of officials and guards milling about.
Okay. Okay, everybody. You guys are going to try to dig under the temple, right?
Don't know that it has been agreed. If we were to dig under the tunnel, I know the vulnerable place that I found. He grins.
Okay.
It would
Yeah.
then lead us into a chamber that is under the main chamber, and then we would still have to make it to the treasury and get into the treasury.
And we gotta
It
dig
would catch
far
them by
enough
deep
away.
surprise, though.
Fuck me. It would. All of us coming out of a fucking hole in the ground would definitely scare me too. We gotta if y'all are going to do this, y'all have to do this far enough away, right? 'Cause I'm not gonna
Naturally.
lie, right? We fucked up heavily, right? So there's gonna be more people here watching. I'm just saying. Be as safe as possible with this. Please.
Perhaps it should be clear that there is no remaining safe way to approach this unless we are to use the tokens that we have been given, which then requires the time associated.
Okay.
Considering our own safety, if that is the direction you all wish to go, I can accommodate. However, if our primary concern is our own safety, that thought should be abandoned. We are handling things that are dangerous in a dangerous place for dangerous reasons.
It's a temple slash museum.
But houses an artifact of the gods. Multiple. And we are trying to take one artifact. One of doom.
Okay.
Perhaps someone could go back to temple and ask to speak with Melandra. And she might be able to afford us some space for our operation.
That is agreeable.
Callie, Alian, I believe you two are probably the most welcome of the lot of us. Would either of you like to go and ask for Melandra's attention?
Given everything that has happened, it's perhaps better if we both go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you return back to the temple.
Sounds like it.
Okay. Again, the guard at the gate greets you and explains that they are closed at the time, and mentions to Callie, I believe it has not been that long.
I will pull out my token.
Mhm.
I was speaking to your High Priest Leander earlier about the task that has brought us here. If we could speak to them or to the Priestess Melandra, that would perhaps smooth over some misunderstanding.
Okay. Leander has not quite left the premises yet. I can go and fetch him. Give me just one moment. One of the guards heads into the temple. Shortly, Leander and the guard come back to the gate. Yes. I am sorry about that foul business. I hope you understand that with such a security breach, we aren't exactly letting anyone in right now. But if your business is as important as you say, I will say the young lady that was attempting to enter our vault also displayed one of these tokens. You wouldn't happen to be involved? Do you know this Akira?
I look at Callie. Oni?
I do know Akira.
Hmm.
I
So
don't
you are
know what the hell you were talking about. I genuinely don't know.
Well, there's no reason for the colorful language there. Um, she said that she was tasked by Alexius to break into our vault.
Perhaps if we could speak with, is there a Melindra that is here? One of your order?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know all of the priests and priestesses. There is no Melandra involved in our temple.
Of course not. The task that we are here pursuing is something of dire concern relating to the prophecy that we spoke to you about earlier. We are
Yes.
concerned that there is a plot to look for a to steal a particular item that we were assured is in your temple.
The only artifact that I can think of that would be of any interest would be the chisel of Ifara, which was the target of some attack today. They did not steal the target, the chisel. However, they just destroyed a bit of the room, left a wall disappeared somehow. But I know of no other artifact but the chisel.
Do you mind if we look around?
If,
I'm
i with your supervision, if we could simply look for the item that has been described to us, if we
I think
we
that could be
will
agreeable. As long as you are within my sight at all times, you are free to enter. And he unlatches the gate for you.
Okay.
Perhaps if you told me of this item, I could, tell you what I know. I guess it seems clear that I do not know of it so far, but
yes, it is perhaps best
If you
the
don't,
less you know, the less you can be made to tell if
I understand.
a less than savory group should come looking.
Indeed. Well,
Less savory than
your
us, anyway.
Triton friend seemed very interested in the vault. Perhaps we should start there.
yeah.
Please lead the way.
He leads you to the treasury. It took me 10 minutes to get this knot packed together. Just a moment. And he begins untying the knot again.
Just bring Akara back. She's got it.
Exactly!
They got it.
Exactly!
Eventually, he unties it. He knows exactly what to do, but it does take time. And the door is unlocked. He swings it open. Inside, you see a chamber with a fair amount of gold. There's a lot of money stored in here. You see some cubbies in the wall that hold like precious items, gemstones, relics, that kind of thing. Looking around, right off the bat, you don't see anything that resembles a mask of any kind.
Nothing represents a mask in here.
Perhaps we should. There was a chamber for some other items. Perhaps there is something hidden here. I did not expect it to be visible here. If it had been, it would have been either.
Indeed. Now, the existence of a hidden chamber in the vault is not impossible, though, I've spent decades looking for one, have come to no avail. Us followers of Ifar, we do pride ourselves on excellent building, and why do I always forget the word for designing a building?
Architecture.
Architecture. God damn. I keep wanting to say like archaeology.
Okay.
We pride ourselves on our architecture and our ability to build a building in new and intricate ways, but and it would serve for a vault to have a secret hidden vault in it. But this temple has only been around a short time, and I feel as though knowledge of that would have been passed down at least to the head priests. Really, the only truly secret vault was that which held the chisel, and apparently that was found fairly easily. The chisel, we keep it as every temple has some sacred relic. The chisel, neatly enough, was used to build the first temple of Ifara here in Miletus, back before Miletus even existed.
This is not the first temple to Ifara here in Miletus.
Oh no! This temple was built a couple centuries ago, rededicated. I believe the plaque out front says something about that.
Does the other temple still stand?
I believe
While we are
I-
speaking to him, I'm sorry to interrupt. I would kind of like to um walk the perimeter, or not walk the walls, just
Okay.
see if there's anything.
Yeah. If you'd like to make an investigation check, you can.
Super good at
Can
these.
I as well?
Yes, you can.
I am not trained, so I cannot assist you. So I will just.
I'm cackling. We ransacked the wrong temple.
The
Wow.
original temple, I believe, eventually it had sunken a bit. I believe it's underground in one of those districts. Hold on, let me check my notes. Believe it was somewhere near the Hall of Justice where that stands now. Believe somewhere below there, perhaps. I'm not sure how you would access it, but yes.
Okay. I'm I'm assuming a 6 doesn't find anything for us.
Unfortunately, no. A 6 does not.
Okay. Yeah. That's great to hear. So maybe
Near the halls of justice, you said.
yeah.
If memory serves, somewhere in that area.
Okay. Halia, do you have anything else do you want to look for in here?
No, I believe that perhaps we have learned all that we will learn here.
Do you want to go check in the chisel room?
If the high priest will allow it, I think that would help. But I understand if this is if I understand if too much trouble has been caused today. This would, however, allow us to close the book, as it were.
Oh, forgive my addled mind. I seem to have missed the first part of your statement.
The vault you said was accessed earlier with the chisel. If perhaps we could very quickly make sure there was nothing hidden there as well. I understand if this is asking perhaps a bit much given the trouble that you have been dealing with today.
No, I understand. I will be with you. Please, yes. And he leads you back to the room with the statue and the trapdoor underneath it. And down there, you see the sure signs of Theo's work. There are, withered vines left, breaking through the marble on the ground, a shattered altar. The chisel and its stand have been replaced on top of what's left of the altar. But other than that, there's rubble that has been swept to a corner and a section of wall that does not look broken, but rather like an arch was put there from the get go.
No
sorry.
idea what could have happened here. I will begin to walk the walls.
Okay. Make another investigation check.
I blinked out. Wait, what happened?
Even
You're in
worse
the
than the
room.
first one.
You're in the room that Theo found the chisel and blasted with nature.
Okay.
There is a guard down here along with Leander is with you still. But if you'd like to look around and see if there's anything secret, you may.
Okay. Definitely will. Investigate 14.
Okay. You're fairly confident that there is nothing hiding in this room.
Okay.
It is solely just here to house this chisel.
Would y'all mind if I look at the chisel? Y'all watching me. I'm not.
Of course, please just, if you can, just do not disturb it.
Oh, do not disturb. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Kylie is gonna look up, and they are going to see. They're gonna try to get as close. Like they're like eyeing it as much as they can,
Hmm.
wherever it's at.
Yeah, it is on a stand in the center on the altar. Looking closer, it is an ancient chisel. Like the design of it is very very old. But it looks in incredible condition. And the like tip of it glows with like a an orange magic.
Oh, typical orange magic. What does that mean? Kinda like,
Just that you see a magical glow emanating from it.
um, okay. I know y'all said to not disturb this, but I can't really get that good of a look.
Um, if you intend to identify it, you may, you know, touch it. Please do not remove it from its stand.
Okay. I'm gonna touch it. Right. I'm just gonna touch it.
Hmm.
Uh,
It is very cold,
it's cold. Okay.
like, you know, a cold piece of metal.
I'm
Are you
not gonna
cast?
do that.
Do you have identify? Can you cast a spell?
I was going to cast burning hands on this piece of. Don't look at me after fog wall. I was, but I thought, Kylie is going. You go to see Kylie like start to actually like grip it, but like you go pick it up, but then she's just gonna keep it right where it's at. So, okay, okay,
Okay.
and
Well, if there's nothing else, please, I can show you up.
okay, yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. And if the two of you have no more questions or anything, he leads you back to the gate at the edge of the premises. You can meet back up with your party.
Okay, yeah. Uh, we got we're with the party, right?
Sure, yeah, y'all can make it back to the party.
Okay, so we got into the vault. I don't even think this was the right temple to begin with.
The high priest told us that the original temple to Ifara is fallen, ruined. It was originally near the Hall of Justice. It is most certainly underground now.
Well, what a wonderful afternoon we've had then. Good
Mm.
work, you two.
Thank you. Okay, so
We could seek out
Hall.
the old ruins.
Oh, that seems like the next step in our plan. Do y'all want to do this right now?
Has anyone need of rest? Or what time of day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. We'll probably go have to talk because Akira did get their token confiscated, so I think we might have to deal with that first before we do anything else.
Speaking of, we should be cautious with those because the first person that came to us with this job, this supposed high priestess, Leander had never heard of this person, and he believes he knows everybody in the hierarchy of his church. So, given we have been told that less than given the nature of what we have been told of this item, we have to believe that there is somebody who has interest in our finding it for their own purpose. Perhaps the dark purpose that is spoken of in the prophecy in the first place.
How intriguing.
Perhaps I should apologize to Leander.
Some other time. It would probably be polite, but meh, they will live.
How far away is he?
I mean, if y'all are not like near the temple, so I mean, y'all would have to go back to the temple once again.
It's not that deep.
Not that important right now.
For now.
Okay. Any other business we need to attend to?
I'm sorry, I missed how late it was.
Mid-afternoon.
Unless we need supplies, I suggest we simply head to try to find the old temple. I don't know. It is supposed to be underground, so perhaps we will need you to dig after all.
Rubs his hands together.
Wait one moment. I need to go back to my forge.
Oh.
Holly is very frustrated. And this is the one place to go for stress relief. If you're standing outside the forge or close by, 20 straight minutes of just steel getting fucking pounded, and then he comes out. Okay. I'm ready to go, guys. Hey. Hello,
Right.
anybody?
Well, are y'all are y'all headed to the Hall of Justice, or do y'all have another plan?
Ted,
No, I was just about to make a joke. Go ahead.
please make a joke, Ted.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, just if we have to go into the sewers, don't look at the Medusas.
I think we're good to go to the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough to find. It is not a secret where that's located. You see, the Hall of Justice is an imposing building. Its walls clad in white marble streaked with rose, ringed with carved friezes showing scenes from the legends of Ifara and Heliod, mythical beasts and heroes. It's built on a grand scale with towering ceilings and acoustics designated for spirited courtroom performances. Y'all were just in a temple to Ifara. This isn't Heliod's temple, but it basically is.
Fuck that dude.
But yeah, it is open. You can enter and wander freely through the upper level. Yeah, as y'all go in, you see that there are guards around. There seems to be not much to the hall except some doors that look like they are to like some back like meeting rooms. You see a staircase leading down to like a cellar.
Oh, no digging. Unless, and he just looks at everyone.
I doubt this place is built exactly upon the bones of the old Ifaran temple, so there may yet be need for it.
More hands rubbing and grinning. I think I'll call my links, because if we're gonna go down, I need to be able to see.
Okay.
Fuck.
If you begin to approach toward the cellar, you are approached by a guard. She, I'm sorry, excuse me. Is there anything that I could help you with? This area is, open to the public, but we do ask people not to go into our cellar or the private rooms.
Perhaps you can answer a question. We have heard that the old temple to Ifara was originally located here near the hall. Have you heard of this legend?
Oh, I didn't know that there was another temple. I guess that stands to reason.
Is there perhaps a historian here who might be able to assist us?
I mean, they kind of hang out more around the Temple of Afara. That kind of. I think the Temple of Thassa has a historian, but they don't like giving stuff out that often.
Who? Okay. Are they looking at all of us? Like, how is this set up? Are they like, are
Well,
we
I
circled around them, or are they like?
I figured y'all were kind of moving in a group towards the cellar, and she got in your path and asked whoever was at the front.
Okay. Like, okay, I need to know. Like, we're right in front of her. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right in front of her. How far away is the cellar? How far
I
away
don't
is the
know, like
cellar?
20 feet or so.
20 feet. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. We just started talking to people. Let's just try to talk one time to these people.
I kick this
Okay.
person down the stairs. No, I don't. Do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I murdered her.
I just enjoyed the juxtaposition after Honey saying, like, let's try and talk. I definitely do not do that. I keep my mouth shut and
Okay.
stand in the back.
Oh God, Adam, I adore you.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my token. Okay. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. We just need to go down here. We're on important business. I don't
I
think
see. Well, could have led with that. Of course, yes. Business of the 12. Please, if you have any questions or if you need any assistance, feel free to let me know. My name is Alaya.
Okay, Alaya. That's great. Beautiful name.
I will stand up here and um, make sure you aren't bothered unless you know. I guess if one of the 12 comes and says they need to, then I'm not going to stop them. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. I would like give her a wink as I walk down in like a non-weird way. It's hard, you know. It's
Okay. Yep. Sure.
they actually don't even wink. It's just like a blink with a weird looking eye.
So definitely a weird one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, y'all can travel down into the cellar. Um, there's a uh, whenever you first reach the cellar, the area that you're in is very well kept. There's crates, just storage of food, documents, wine, typical kind of stuff. As you move further into the back, you can see a decline in upkeep, and it is fairly uh, poorly lit and rickety and drippy. If y'all would like to make like an investigation check or something, you can.
Heck yeah, let's see if I can continue my downward slide.
How about perception checks?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay. I gotta
a
pull
1
my
and a
stats.
20.
Should I just like not roll it unless I
Well,
have advantage?
I
At this
mean,
point,
where would the fun be in that? I guess. I guess getting the crits if you had advantage, but yeah, whatever. Um, looking around
wait.
there, yeah.
Sorry. I just remembered that for like skill checks based on my own like in stuff, I get.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Looking around, you do see Theo. There's a section of the wall, stone walls all around you. Though there is an area that is crumbling quite a bit. It looks like a bit of a weak point. Um, Halion, Aklon, um, not knowing exactly where the temple is, you don't know if this is a great spot to dig, but it's as good a spot as any. Um, so you figure, you know, getting into the dirt, eventually you'll find your way through, hopefully, if you're guided with some kind of luck. You don't find any doors that are labeled this way to ancient temple. But yeah, the
Okay.
only really notable thing is the collapsed section of wall.
I caused Druidcraft to let something begin to sprout and grow through the cracks of the weak point and point to it to everyone for everyone.
okay. Who wants to kick it out?
I am not strong.
I can do it.
Okay.
We think this is something. Perhaps somebody should warn our host upstairs, and I will back up to this fallen spot. Give it a kick.
Okay. More of the stones fall, and you clear this area. Um, it opens up into a like cave-like passageway that leads down into some darkness.
Okay. I'm finna go upstairs and fell out. We found it.
I just meant warn them about the kicking.
Oh, well, I think that
You
would
do you.
explain what.
Yeah. You do you.
I think that would explain the crashing. But yeah, we found it. Just don't send anybody down here. We're not sure exactly what's below. Okay, I'm going to walk away now.
Oh, sorry. I was reading at something. I didn't know you were talking to me. What was that?
I was just saying. I was basically saying we found it. If she did hear the crumbling of the wall downstairs in the cellar, and I was
That
telling.
was. Well, very good. If you need anything, let me know.
All right, I'm just making. Yep, for sure. Just don't let anybody down here.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, no problem.
Unless, of course, they're a member of the 12 or a representative of the 12.
Yes, I totally get that. You're doing a great job. All right, goodbye. Callie's not having a fun day.
Good work, Callie.
Thank you. What the fuck is in this?
Do you want to call break?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break. We'll come back 10 after.
Oh yeah.
Y'all crack me up.
Well, all of your voices. Kind of a lighter group today. Anyways, we'll jump back into it. Y'all have just found an underground cave in the basement of the Hall of Justice, and are free to delve into it. What's your marching order?
I will light a torch and go first.
Okay.
Put me at the back while I'm AFK.
All right.
I will be right behind Halion.
Okay.
I'll be right behind a clone.
Okay, I guess I'm in front of Theo and
Mhm.
behind Akira.
Yay.
Okay. As you travel through this system of caves, you meet plenty of dead ends, but eventually you make your way into an area which the walls seem a little bit more structured, less cave and more tunnel. And you reach a point where there are a couple of divulging paths. So I'm going to drop y'all
Okay.
onto a map, but this map, the area I'm setting y'all in is very tight. I don't have like the cave that you've come through to have y'all line up in. But yeah, give me just 1 second now. Get y'all placed.
Remember, gang, always go left.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Okay, so we've got Halion.
I thought we were just gonna make our own path. Rah, 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 rah. Oh my god.
Oni, were you talking about just chewing your way through some rocks, you monster?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that idea. You just see Callie munching on a fucking stone.
That will be really good.
Okay, and then a moment to add light to some tokens. Okay, so Halion is carrying a torch.
Mhm.
So you've got some light. Emits bright light. Torch does like 20 feet and then 20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got some light going. How about a Klon? Are you doing anything to try to light your way?
I'll fire up a torch as well.
Okay. And then Theo, you've got your dark vision.
Yeah, my
Het.
familiar.
Okay. I'll put them on layer as well. Wild companion. Oh, they're so tiny. That feels like this token came out a lot tinier than it's supposed to be.
I just scaled
There
it
we
to
go.
50% token size.
I know, but whenever it came out, it was at like a quarter of that size.
Oh,
Oh,
Lidl.
Yeah, very little.
Lidl
Okay, there we go. So I've kind of split y'all up using what you've told me to kind of put y'all in 2 different directions.
Ooh.
Aklon, you are facing a door. Halion, you are facing a big old room with a floor that seems to be wriggling and writhing. Very quickly, you realize that it is a pit of snakes. There are hundreds of poisonous snakes all in the ground in this area over here. Can everybody see as they should be able to? This is the area that I'm referring to as being full of snakes.
Oh, good. Anybody
Okay.
want to take a dunk? Little dip.
Hello. I'll shout out to the snakes.
Oh,
They give no reply.
haters.
Getting left
That's
on
fine.
scene by snakes.
I'm not just being weird. I like animals. Beasts understand me as long as these are just beasts.
Hmm.
Are they barring our passage?
Um. Well, if you want to go that way, yes. There is
Hey,
also
Tyler.
this other path that has a door that seems to be locked that Aklan is facing.
Tyler,
How
Yes.
I love you.
Look, this is an obstacle that you can find a way around. You've said hi to these snakes, but that's it, you know.
No, yeah, no, I know. I just are they barring our way? Well, if you want to go that way, yes.
Oh,
This door appears to be locked. Does anyone have a means to open?
we have feet. I have Smith's tools. That's really about it. Unless
Very
anybody
well.
wants to. Thanks.
I will try and open the door the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and kick it with my hind legs.
All right. This looks like a very sturdy door. It is made of wood, but it is old. Go ahead and give me a strength check, athletics check, if you want. Okay, you managed to crack a good hole in it, enough that you can, spend a little time and like tear your way through it.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that means I need to open the door. So just a forewarning, this map is a map that I have taken and adapted for my purposes. So there might be some weird areas where it's like, oh, it looks like there's supposed to be a door there, but there's not, etc. But yeah, just bear with me.
All right. I will start walking down these stairs. And when I get here, I'll just sort of poke my head around the corner so I can see what's going on.
Okay. Across the way, you see another larger staircase leading up. In this area, the room has collapsed to your left there.
Mhm.
And then you see the walls covered in friezes showing scenes from the goddess Ifara's history, the founding of Miletus. You see the remnants of an altar reduced to rubble by some ancient rockfall. Um, yeah, if you like, you can make a perception check.
Certainly.
You do see a little statue in a nook over there of Ifara. This looks like maybe like a back room. With that perception check, it seems like the floor is very like unstable, very like loose in um like oh, that's not the right tool. Snapped a corner in like this area. But it looks like there's a nice like path that you can skirt around it over here.
Okay. Um. I will warn everybody about the floor. And yeah, I guess I'll walk over here.
All right. I guess I'll draw a little bit of line.
Oh my god.
Can I cast mage armor on myself?
You sure can.
I'm nervous.
Okay. Yeah, so that area is the bit of weak floor. But y'all can make your way around it. And go over and check to see if Theo can see. Okay, good.
How far does the snake floor seem to extend in my torchlight?
Let's see. It's about 30 feet across, so pretty much this whole room.
Got it.
As you're looking around and kind of staking your torch out, it does look like the snakes are not a fan of the torch.
I guess I will try to keep my torch low and just walk through. I just want to clear this place, make sure I can see this. I'm assuming this is stairs or a slope
Yeah, it's
upward.
an upward slope, yeah. Yeah, the snakes are able to kind of the fire keeps them from like turning aggressive at you, but they are like not a fan. You are able to move through well enough and make it across without being attacked, but the pit of snakes is still a pit of snakes. Yeah.
Oh.
You see just a more rocky tunnel that you can continue along through. Nothing really of interest in this little area, just rubble and rock. Theo, are you following through the snake room, or are you heading down the hallway?
Did the party split? Sorry.
Most of the party has gone down the hallway. Hallian has gone through the snakes.
I think I'll follow Hallian.
Okay. How are you navigating the snakes?
If it was the case that like they went that direction with the flames, would it have been all right if I had walked beside them at that time?
Uh,
Or is it a mechanical I have to have a torch lit?
you don't have to light a torch. I mean, the light does. The light doesn't scare them off. The fire does. So like following behind them or in front, like if you have another solution, that's also perfectly plausible. If you want
I
to
don't.
continue talking to the snakes or something.
I'd probably be friendly, but if they're not going to be chatty back, then I don't even know if they can speak back. I think it's just the case that all animals speak understand me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you walk alongside Hallian, and as you go, you speak with the snakes and let them know that you're not a threat, and this seems to calm them a little bit, and the two of you make it through easily enough. I'll just drag you along. Up some steps to another slope. And then it looks like this re-enters the rubble of the temple. Akira, you can see some light peeking into the room south of you, coming from that direction.
Nice. Salute.
Get to moving.
All right, so y'all can continue forward.
God.
Shit. Scooby Doo moment.
Theo waves.
AKR waves.
Okay.
Nothing past the snakes.
Just
It-
you.
Did not see anything
see.
in those caves.
Do we see anything over here? Or besides Theo and Hallian?
You see this hall here. It looks like there were once tapestries hanging along it, but you don't see much of anything still standing. Ancient rubble, chairs, that kind of thing. There looks to be some like oily pools on the ground, some like dripping rocks up above you, like stalactites.
Is the oily substance just like chemical deposit, like mineral deposit water, or is it like?
Yeah.
That's definitely what it looks like. Are you trying to investigate more closely?
I think I'll just bend over at the waist and look at it and maybe sniff it.
Okay. As you do, a little like pseudopod from the puddle reaches up and like slaps you in the face.
Just
Uh,
lightly.
Disrespectful.
You managed to pull back. It was only a 12 to hit. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Where you going?
Oh, I don't want to grab that. Let's see.
Word.
Oh,
Word.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, key in placing I have given myself.
I guess I could have revealed them one by one as you found them, because technically y'all haven't found any of them except for the one that has hit Theo. But that's a lot of switching between layers.
This is also very funny, so
Mhm.
It's the boys.
I'll just say y'all don't know about any of them except for the one right next to Theo's yet, until they make a move or y'all get hit. Do. Token. Okay, I'm gonna split them into two groups of initiative. Okay, one of those groups rolled a nat 20, giving them an 18.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. And with that, they go first. Which saves me the trouble of deciding if they're gonna get a sneak attack round or a surprise round. I guess I'm not worried about it. So yeah, that one has made an attack against you. One drops from the ceiling, uh, onto Hallian. Let's see. And I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, Hallian.
Okay,
Okay.
continues.
Let me roll a little bit of dice. You take 10 psychic damage. You don't feel any like bludgeoning hit or anything, but as it slops off of you, you feel in your mind this thing like, weighing on you.
It's the correct.
All right. A puddle slurries up
You
closer
said 10
to you.
damage. I'm sorry.
Yes, 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
Slurs up a little closer to you, Callie, and tries to slap you with a pseudopod. That's a 14 to hit.
It misses.
Okay, and then another pseudopod on Akira. That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna deal 4 bludgeoning damage and 5 acid damage. What kind of
Ew.
armor? You're not wearing armor. You're a wizard.
I'm mage armoring.
Yeah, you're mage armored. So that's not a problem for you.
Okay.
Katie,
How
in
much
case you
damage was
forget,
that?
do you have shield?
Oh yeah, I do. I forgot. I don't.
You don't have to use it. That's exactly why I asked.
It's 4 bludgeoning and 5 acid, so a total
Okay.
of 9.
Nice.
Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. Callie, you feel a crushing weight on your mind, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Okay, so that'll be. You take 5 damage, psychic damage. And then it is Theo's turn.
Great. I'll wield my shepherd's crook, tap the ground, and try to devour this one in front of me in the holy light of my god.
All right.
For 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay. That's a -1. So they fail.
That's it.
Okay. Then a Klon.
All right. I guess I will walk over here and try and punch this thing. Well, swing my staff at this one in front of me.
All right. That'll definitely hit. 5 bludgeoning. That's not a metal staff, is it?
No, it is a wood staff.
Didn't think so. Just
Yep.
wanted to double check. All this fair warning I'm giving to those of you with metal weapons.
Right. And then I'll just kick him once. I'm not using any key or anything, but
Okay. Ooh.
And I'll actually move up here, and that'll be that.
Okay. Okay, the lower group of the oozes begin slowly creeping towards you. They all move up like 10 feet. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong thing. Don't want to move that. That's my fake drawing of a wall.
Damn.
Okay, well, let's see. And
Ooh.
they just creep on forward, and then let's see, there's 5 of you, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of you, if I could get an intelligence saving throw from each of you.
Okay. Yep.
Incredible work.
Damn.
Only above a 10 so far one time.
Okay, Theo, you take 10 psychic damage. Aklon, you take 4. Akira, you take also 4.
I'm resistant.
Callie, you take 13.
What
And
the
Hallian, you take 12.
Damn.
Okay, and Callie, it is your turn.
Okay. Um well, I have things.
Oh, Callie, could I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
Okay.
Um, this one closest to you. Wait, no, that one missed on its attack. Let's see. This one over here. You feel like the psychic weight that damaged you was emanating from that one, and boy, do you want to destroy that one.
Okay. Finna take a step forward, put my hand out, and you go see all the flames from inside Kali's body come out, and you go do burning hands.
Hmm.
The thing is, I can't remember if I got this from my race or from my god, because it's a different spell save. I think one uses my intelligence, one uses my constitution.
Well, let's double check.
Okay.
Perforos's devotee, you get Shield of Faith from that.
Okay. Yeah,
So
this
this
one
will
is my
be
constitution.
yeah, Constitution.
I only have it
Hang
at
on.
level 1.
Genasi, fire.
Reach the blaze.
I mean, the new Fire Genasi lets you choose intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You can make your choice of one of those and stick with it when you choose the race. So
Oh, okay. That's just wisdom. Damn, actually, it gets fucking worse when I do. Okay. Intelligence, I guess.
oh, well, if it makes it worse, then we can stick with Constitution. Oh well. Okay, so Dexterity save DC 14 for this. It's a 15-foot cone. So you get the one behind it also. So 5 feet, it would get these 2 squares. 10 feet. Let's see. Yeah, so you'll get the one behind it and also this one over here.
Woo.
That's a 14, a 15, and a 16. So they do all save,
Okay.
but they will take half damage. It also seems like they might be resistant to fire. So they will take 11, half to 5, half to 2.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Going to second wind.
All right. D10 plus your fighter level.
14, baby.
All right. And then Hallion. Ted.
I'm muted, apparently.
Ah. Oops.
I need to keep my torch in hand, so I will pull out a spear. I can't get 30 feet of charge, so that's not going to happen. I will spend a bonus action to rage and the one next to me.
Okay. That'll certainly hit.
My rage and divine fury damage.
Okay. Let's see. That hurts it quite a bit. Minus 18. 2. Okay, non-magical weapon made of metal. It's a metal tip spear, I'm assuming.
I would assume, yeah.
So yeah, it's a -1 spear now. Okay. And then it is Akira.
Okay. If I scooch one over, and then I have Frost Fingers, which is a 15-foot cone, could I position it to not hit my buddies? Like,
Yeah,
or would
so
it
the way
hit?
cones work is as far away from you is as wide as it is. So like
Okay.
if you angled it straight down, it would hit a Klon. And then like here, it would hit so you could angle it away
Yeah.
and catch like these 4 here, I think.
Ooh,
Well, if you angle
maybe
it
not
away,
fourth dude.
do I have templates? I thought I had templates. I just haven't set them up in this thing. How big of a cone did you say it was?
15 foot.
Okay, so same as Burning Hands. So let me see if I can use this. Give me just 1 second while I scale this. Okay. So yeah, if we take this and we move it a little bit over, I think I'll say you can get 3 out of 4. The one that's like right next to a Klon and Callie will manage to not get hit by it.
Word. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So is that a con save or?
Yes, that is a con save.
Okay. Two, 3. So 14, 18, and 5. Your DC is.
5 fails. Mine's a 13, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 5.
Yeah. Dealing max damage. 16.
Wait, really?
Yeah, 2d8.
Whoa.
You got 16. So one of them will take 16, reduced to 8. The others will take 16, reduced to 8, reduced to 4, as they are resistant to cold damage
these
as
bitches. Word.
well. Okay.
And I'll stay here and possibly take this ass whooping.
Okay. Let me just get this damage put in. Oh no. The first group of oozes. One of them's going to make a pseudopod attack at Hallion. It's a 13.
That will miss.
Okay. We've got a pseudopod attack against Theo. It's a 14.
That's a miss.
Okay. One against Callie. That's a 12. One against Aklon. That's a 20.
20 will hit.
For 7 bludgeoning and 8 acid. Is Aklon wearing any armor?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I've managed to hit the monk and the wizard so far. And then an attack against Akira. It's a 17.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I said Aklon 7 bludgeoning and 8 acid.
Mhm.
Akira, that's 6 bludgeoning and 3 acid.
Ooh,
Okay.
monkey.
Then it is Theo's turn. Max?
Oh, sorry. I heard Theo and heard someone's real name, and so I was like, oh, that's not me. Um, I'll just do what I did last time. Sacred Flame, the one next to me. Wow, my dice. Okay.
Okay. That's definitely a failure. It'll take 2 more damage. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, you don't have to patronize me.
Okay. Anything else from Theo?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Aklon.
How is Akira looking?
Ouched. Big ouched.
Yeah. Okay.
About it.
I am gonna swing my stick at that ooze right there.
That'll hit.
And then I am going to
That is enough to discorporate this puddle.
fantastic. I will spend a key point to do flurry of blows, and I'll send one kick towards that ooze right there.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I will, with my other blow, I will actually use the Hands of Healing, and I will reach back and send some of my key Akira's way for 8 points of healing.
Oh my god. Thank you.
And I'm going to roll up right here.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
The lower 5 are going to continue advancing. 10, 10, 10, 10, 5. So 2 of them are out of range. So I've got 3 attacks. First one, I'm going to go with Aklon. Just go across the board. It's a 6.
Mhm.
Second attack on Callie. It's an 8. Third attack on Theo. That's an 18.
There it is.
That'll do 5 bludgeoning damage and 4 acid damage.
Okay.
And the next attack is against the druid, who also isn't wearing metal armor. None of you are, like, the barbarian's not wearing armor either, is he?
I am not.
So yeah, that's just useless, that effect.
Is Callie?
Callie is a fighter.
Callie has yet to be hit by a pseudopod, though, I think. So yeah, I
Oh.
guess
Mm.
yeah. But no, yeah, I guess that would be the one that would work.
Don't worry,
Callie.
everybody. I'm finna fuck up my swords now. Well, oh wait, one of them is magical.
You
Yeah.
are driven to attack this one.
Alright. And that I shall. But first, I forgot I was an Echo Knight fighter. I shall use my bonus action to unleash Manifest Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Go put my boy right here. My little dude, my little person.
Yeah, let me find that other token I had made.
Maya, get in here and help us.
Oh god. Okay, I'm finna attack with my bronze swords first, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Oh my god. 11.
An 11 does hit.
6 piercing. Oh my god. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action.
You've already used
No,
your bonus action.
I can't do that. I forgot how this. I forgot how dual wielding works within a week. Second week. How does it work? Does it use my bonus action to hit again?
Yeah, it takes your bonus action to use your two-handed fighting.
Okay. Well, action surge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it again, but this time with the bonus action of hitting it again. I think it's been a while. It's been a while, guys. 25. Yeah, I gotta use my other sword. Where is it?
Wait. You can action surge and you get one more attack. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
you don't get another bonus action. So.
Okay.
And you've already used your bonus action to summon your echo.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was attacking again.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that attack hits. That ooze is looking bad. Still there. Still oozing though.
Still oozing.
Living that ooze life.
And can I use my Unleash Incarnation to hit it again?
I guess I'm not sure what that does.
Yes,
necessarily.
if you have limited uses of it, but once you use the attack action, you can use it for free.
Okay. Yeah, you can use it again.
This is gonna be used
one more time.
It's gonna be using my long sword.
If you
I don't
you
know
have
how.
a feeling whenever you go to use a different weapon, you hear a whisper in your mind, I wouldn't do that. I shall destroy these things. You will have disadvantage if you don't use your bronze sword.
I don't want to feel like I'm cheating by not using it. So if you, okay, yeah, I go for it. That one, shit, I should have picked the fucking disadvantage on the other one.
Either way, it would have missed. So.
Oh. There you
Okay.
go. Turn.
All right, Hallian.
I am already raging, so I will. Well, there's still. Nope. I will attack this one. I will go ahead and attack recklessly.
Okay.
With my falling apart spear.
That'll hit. Okay, and that was the one below you?
Yeah, the one next to Theo.
Gotcha. Minus 11. All right.
Attention.
Instantly bloodied. That is now a -2 spear.
Yep. Well,
okay.
Nothing I can do about that. So nope.
Okay. Akira.
Let me double check those. Oh my god. Finally using the spell. I'm gonna. You can see me. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to put a shatter centered here, so I get these three guys.
All
and
right.
not my friends.
Okay.
Dink.
2, 3.
Yeah.
One fail, 2 saves. So this one will take 13. And these two will take 6.
And that's all I got.
All right, fantastic. The first order of oozes. One of them has died, so that's going to be 4 of them that are still fighting. 2 of them will attack Hallion. It's a 9 and a 12. 2.
Those both miss.
Yep. And then 2 of them will attack Callie. So 16 and
You
a
did have
19.
advantage on those attacks because I did reckless.
Oh, that makes the 9 a 21.
That hits.
Okay. 2 bludgeoning and 6 acid to Hallion.
No, Ted.
1 bludgeoning.
1 bludgeoning and 6
Yep.
acid. Yeah. Callie, I've got a 16 on you and a 19 on your Echo.
Okay. Well, you hit both of us.
Okay. I
And
think the
my
Echo is destroyed.
yeah.
Okay. And then Callie, you take 7 bludgeoning and 7 acid. And what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Okay. You now have -1 chainmail, so your AC drops by
No.
1.
Okay, I'll just make more. Hopefully.
Okay. And Theo.
First my Lynx is gonna jump from my shoulders and run over to a Klon, and I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit. And I'll roll those dice at the beginning of your turn, a Klon. And then I will bonus action Sacred Flame once again. Oh, incrementally. Okay.
Okay. How are you bonus action Sacred Flaming?
Did I say bonus? Hold on. I if I remember, Healing Spirit's the bonus action. That's so I might have just said that backwards. Let me
Oh, okay.
check.
I think, yeah.
You're correct.
Yes, yeah, Healing
It's
Spirit bonus action. And then full action. Thank you.
Got it. Okay, sweet. The one in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Klon's next. Hold on. There's your there it is.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Aklon, you take some healing and you are up.
All right. I will swing my stick at that puddle of ooze.
That definitely hits. All right.
And I will spend another key point to do flurry of blows and take a couple kicks at the same ooze.
11 hits. It's still oozing. 8 just hits. And that one falls to pieces. Melts into the crevices. Do you want to move or anything?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
Okay. Let's see. This one can't get close enough to do anything, but this one can. So I've got 4 attackers. One of them on a Klon. It's a 17.
That's a miss.
Oh, okay. I've got 2 of them on. One of them on Callie and one of them on Theo. Callie, that's a 7. Theo, that's an 8. And then Hallion, that's a 19. So that's going to be 7 bludgeoning and 12 acid, reduced to
I'm
3
unconscious.
bludgeoning and 12. So I didn't hear you.
I'm unconscious. Just the
Ah.
acid damage knocks me out.
Gotcha. And Callie. I am realizing into this that y'all are 2 party members down, which blows.
We're
But
okay.
y'all
We
be
can
fine.
do it.
Yeah. Callie.
Going to re-summon her echo. Yeah,
All
so
right.
luckily nobody took the echo spot, everybody. And I'm gonna keep swinging at this one with
Mhm.
my one sword. Bronze sword it is. Oh yeah, I'm not that high of a level. I only have 1 attack. Oh,
An 8 hits.
my god. Fuck me. 7?
Okay. And that one falls to pieces.
And I'm gonna unleash incarnation again? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can. I think you
Yeah.
get to use that a number of times equal to one of your modifiers.
It's my mother. I'm Constitution, baby. But
Yeah.
I'm finna
Okay,
1
that
3.
hits. Which one are you attacking?
I would have attacked the one directly in front of me.
Okay. That'll hit.
Yeah,
And piercing, and that one falls to pieces.
Yeah.
You see Kylie like gives their echo a high five from afar. Looks like.
Okay. Anything else? Movement?
Oh shit! I gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna run towards Hallie to help out.
Okay. One of the oozes is gonna take an opportunity attack at you.
Okay,
That's a 12.
it misses.
Okay. And then Hallian, could I get a death save?
Woo!
All right, you're up. What would you like to do on your turn?
Oh, never mind.
Beautiful. I think you are muted, Ted, if you were talking.
I will spend a bonus action to rage and try to finish off the one next to Theo.
Okay.
With my
That still hits. Okay, and that one is finished off.
minus
But
3.
that is a minus. Yes.
Yep.
You get the.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Akira.
I'm gonna keep it simple and huck a hydrothermal vent firebolt at this guy.
All right,
Dink. Oh yeah, they're resistant. Oh well.
that'll still hit.
Dink.
It had 4 hit points, so that's enough to kill it.
Yes. Hell yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. And then it is the. I think all the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the one in front of Theo is the only one that is still one of the top level oozes. It is going to attack Theo. That's an 11.
Yeah, it's a miss.
Okay, and then Theo.
I am. Well, Halion is up, but they still don't look they're on well. So I'm going to cast a healing word on them. Sorry, no. That's not the. Sorry, that's a cure wounds. That's the spell I have
Mhm.
prepared.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
Aw.
And then I'll let the spirit heal Halion again. Oh, fucking.
Well, isn't it in a Klon spot? I thought.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
meant to say a
that's what you
Klon,
meant.
and yeah.
Gotcha. Okey-doke.
So it'll be 2 on their turn.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, and you are up.
I am going to just roll around that ooze so I'm on the other side of it. And I'm going to swing my staff at this puddle of ooze.
All right, that'll hit. 6 bludgeoning.
And I will spend a key point so I can kick it a couple times.
Okay. That'll hit. That'll also hit. Your first attack kills it. If you want to make that second attack on the
Yeah,
other one,
that's perfect.
that's fine.
That's perfect.
Okay. 6. Sweet.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Oozing. This ooze is gonna attack you back. It's a nat 1. This other ooze will attack Theo. It's a 9. And then another one on Theo. That's a 13.
Still a miss.
Yep.
Nimble.
These things are not.
Oh, baby.
Okay, Callie.
Okay, Calico swing around Theo's shoulder and slice this one right in front of them.
Hmm.
Man, having dual wielder then forced to use the one fucking sword is so crazy.
You can still use the other one. You'll just have disadvantage. That'll hit.
25.
7. That one is dead.
And we're gonna do it one more time. Cause oh damn, I have a high con mod. And I'm gonna hit the one next to
The Echo.
yeah.
Go for it.
Oh shit, I gotta remember the rules.
14 will hit.
5.
5. Okay. Fantastic. Hallian.
I will step into the goo that is next to me and take a stab. I am running out of attack bonus, though.
Who? Unfortunately, that won't hit.
Yep.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
You've been including it. Okay. Yeah, an 8 hits.
Oh, yeah, I've been steadily reducing the spear. Sorry.
Gotcha. I was just subtracting it in my head, but yeah, an 8 hits if that's legit.
Yeah.
Then yeah. Okay. 8 damage. Sweet. And Akira.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep hucking firebolts, even though they're resistant.
Hmm.
I like my spell slots. Ugh.
A 7 misses.
Yup.
Yo.
Okay, those oozes are done for. Theo.
How's Akira looking?
Not terrible, but not great.
I'll throw the healing spirit in your direction.
Yay.
And then, Sacred Flame, the guy next to Hallian. There we go.
All right. Let's see if he makes that dex save.
It'll be
Oh, that's 0.
Okay.
So with 8 damage, that's enough to kill it.
awesome. And then on Akira's turn, it'll be 3 points of healing.
Okay, a Klon. That'll hit. How much did I have? They're still kicking, but not by much. I believe you are muted if you're speaking, Adam.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I think that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. Are you able to just make a bonus action attack for free
Oh, yeah.
without
Actually,
spending a key point?
that's a great idea. I'll give it one kick. Oh, well, that's a
All
really
right,
great
there
idea.
you go.
Woo!
Okay, and with that, the oozes have been defeated. With the only casualty being that poor spear and Callie's armor. Those are permanent reductions. They will not go away, but they aren't completely destroyed.
Okay.
Actually, I say that. Hang on. What does it take to make the spear destroyed? If it if it gets 5 cumulative, then so yeah, it's still a usable spear. All right. Woo, fantastic. It's a lot of muck left. I think you've probably
Yes.
still got a couple uses of your healing spirit left if you want to pour those out.
Yeah, I think I've got only one left, and I'm gonna give it to Callie.
Okay, you've used it 3 times, and you get it 1 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, it's 1+. I forgot that. So yeah, I'll give one more. Yeah, one to Callie and then one to Halion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, Callie gets 3,
Oh.
and Halion gets 1.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh wow. Oh fuck. Hallian,
Yes.
your spear, buddy. Pretty roughed up.
Mm, yeah. I will get a new one when we are out of here.
I mean, if you want, you can use my bite it. I don't really.
I would only damage it.
I mean, that's literally the point.
Yes, they did not seem to damage Eklund's weapon. I have one of those.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay.
I will remove a quarterstaff from the end of the blanket that he wears on his back that he has been using to hold it together while it gets woven. Because I do get a staff as part of my Outlander gear.
All right.
Well, I think Callie's is going to completely take the chainmail off. It's not. He doesn't like it anymore.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Well, this is ruined.
Well, I mean,
Okay, I know what you're gonna say.
yeah.
It's
Your AC
still
is a
ruined.
12 if you take it off.
Yeah, but it's ruined. It's not good anymore. It's terrible. It's losing its use.
Okay.
So what
you
you're
Hell
just
saying
toss
yeah.
it
is
aside?
your AC is a 12,
Yes.
but your drip is better with it off.
I'm just shirtless now.
Okay. Got you.
Tits out.
Yeah, sit out.
God, I would hope you wouldn't be shirtless under chainmail. Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh my
painful.
god.
Yep. I'm literally made of metal. I sleep in the weirdest fashions.
You can still feel it though.
There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of things wrong with my character. I don't understand what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize you were clinking that much. Okay. Well, yeah. So your AC is 12 going forward,
Oh my
and y'all can
God.
continue your exploration.
I'm like a wizard.
You should be able to just
Yes, that's
uncheck your
nice.
chainmail from your sheet.
Okay. Oh, that is so true. I just fucking put it in myself. Chainmail. Boom. There you go.
Sweet.
Yes.
Okay. Moving forward, you see this line or this room is fairly un. That's the wrong color. That meant to be black. Nothing really interesting in here. Anything that was devourable by the ooze has been. There's a little door over here next to a Klon that is swinging open. You can look in. There's hardly a room. Most of it's just rubble. I don't even. I'll just open that door right quick. There's nothing to find in there though. But there is a large opening at the bottom of the room that you can continue through.
Sure, a clone will head through there.
Right. You come into another small room. Again, there's nothing very interesting, just a lot of rubble. There's a small door off to one edge, and then an area where a wall has collapsed through that you can pass through. This is one of those instances where I've put a path where there wasn't one. So, just like there's a little door over here, and then a
Right.
tunnel that you can go through over here.
Okay.
There is also, yeah, that's it.
Okay. I will poke my head into this path to see what's in here.
You see just more curving hallways.
Mm-hmm.
You see what looks like maybe you're nearing like the front way, like what used to be the front of the temple.
Okay. But this just looks like a passageway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you move a little bit further in, you'll see that there's another doorway to the south.
Okay.
Over there.
I see. All right. I got a sense of what's going on in there, so I'll back out and explain to everybody. It appears as if small passageways, several either hallways or doors in that direction. I have not to look through that door over there.
Should we?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll see what I'm.
Opening that door looks like an old broom closet. There's a.
We've solved it.
There's some old. Yeah, nothing too interesting.
Well, I guess we head in this direction. Is this door unlocked in front of me?
Yeah, that door swings open to a collapsed hallway.
Okay. I'll just turn to Theo and say, well, if we cannot find in the regular hallways, we may need to enlist your friend's help in digging.
Excited eyes and a firm nod.
Heading into yet another collapsed room, you see there is a tiny little like squeezing path that you can move through around that pile of rubble.
Oh God, my fat ass.
Oh my God. I need that soundbite.
Oh, and as you come into this area, you find the remnants of an old library. Bookshelves scattered. There's one fallen over. Some tables that have broken with age. Um, there are, remnants of a book left behind. Um,
Oh shit.
It's up to you if you want to do any digging around in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Useless.
I want to look at some books.
What the fuck is in here?
Mm, Okay, if you'd like to make an investigation check, you can.
You said library?
Yes. Okay.
I'm doing investigating, but mainly on mess.
I
If I can
swear I
find-
had some notes written in
If I
one
can
of
find-
these notebooks.
3, okay.
Oh
I'm
my God.
dumping intelligence every time now. I don't care.
Hmm. Oh well, okay. As you dig around, you find a bottle of ink that looks very well preserved. Um, let's and also there is what looks like a lantern with a cloth draped over it.
Huh?
Most of the books in here have deteriorated with age. There are no, tomes to read.
They look very disappointed about that.
Yeah.
Holly picked up a book and it instantly deteriorated.
Just dust. Damn.
Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, we should probably keep looking.
Okay. Do you take the ink and the lantern?
Yes. Big time,
Okay.
yes.
Cool. Yeah. So, let's see. Theo, as you poke your head into this center chamber, you see that this was the main like public sanctuary. You see the shattered rubble of an ancient statue strewn across the ground. A broken altar in the center of the room. And is that? I'm not sure why that was on the other layer. But you also see a very large shape prowling around at the far end of the room. You see this shape, definitely large, winged, slithering tail, and 3 heads. And you see a chimera. But with that, we are going to call our session here, and we'll pick back up next week.
Hell yeah.